next year we are going to start a recording. We're recording now, ladies. So 2026 is a 1 year in numerology, which means we're beginning a new 9 year cycle. In 2025, we're completing, this is a 9 year, so we're completing a 9 year cycle. 2025 is the year of the snake, which is all about shedding and releasing. And 2026, if you haven't looked it up here yet, it's the year of the horse. So I invite you to take a moment just to sit with the energy of horse and maybe write down what that means for you or what feeling you have when I say it's the year of the horse next year. Right, but for me, that feeling is like breath, fresh air, freedom, like in the horse's mane running wild. So we want to, yes, it's healthy to let go, but maybe, Dana, it's what have you invested? So just looking at that, why does it feel hard? Why does it feel like even if you don't complete something or finish it, what's the story behind why you think you should because you invested so much into it? So I thought we would make space for our inner children to tell us what they have been feeling or needing from us in order to be able to let go. Because as you know, ladies, most of our belief systems are subconsciously driven from the part of us that was developed in the earliest years and days of our lives. And that part of us gets our attention by depleting us, by giving us anxiety, right? By even giving illness. Illness can sometimes, right, be this dis-ease, this disconnection with a part of ourself within. So as you're thinking about maybe feeling a little bit constricted, let's set the intention to make space for all parts of you today without any judgment. So maybe that's the intention you want to write. How can you make space? How can I make space for all parts of me without any judgment? So the part of you that feels depleted, the part of you that feels sad, the part of you that feels constricted or down or like quote unquote back to reality or maybe responsibility. Look at those parts of you that we don't have to make meaning of it. You just want to make space for it because presence is our healing. So I was going to meditate first, but we're going to close with a brief breathing and meditation because I invite you to instead. I want you to visualize, you can close down your eyes if you'd like, but maybe visualize a boardroom table or your dining room table or a beautiful restaurant table. I know, Marissa, some of the images you've been sharing, a lot of the holiday catalogs that are coming in have really been giving me these beautiful images of like community, table, family, like togetherness. So I invite you to think about a table where you're sitting or standing at the head of that table, ladies. And this is your higher self, your inner self, your all knowing, the part of you that's connected to source and all that is, the part of you who knows and feels and senses her worthiness and her connection to life. That part of you that has nothing to prove. And I envision you to imagine, what is she wearing? As you're at this table, imagine the decorations around you or the place setting or the environment. Maybe you're even outside, about ready to host. What is she wearing? What is this higher version of you? Confident, courageous, clear, version of you, what does she look like, or what is she wearing? And she's starting to feel happy and excited, maybe a little bit nervous because her guests are arriving. And these guests are the, the younger parts of her, the former parts of her, the forgotten parts of her. So I want you to visualize, ladies, one by one, a 2 or 3 or 4 year old version of you arriving at the table. What energy does she have? What does she look like? What is she bringing, if anything, as she sits? Maybe she climbs up onto this little seat for herself to sit at the table. And then I invite you to imagine a 7, 8, or 10 year old self coming to the table. She's a little bit taller, has more personality. What is the buzz around her? Or maybe she has sadness or grief or even fear. Next at your table is your 13, 14, or 15-year-old self. As your early teenage self bringing with her as she's sitting at the table. Welcoming in each and every one of these versions of you with love and reverence and acceptance, ladies. Let them come as they are. Now we're going to have you invite in your 19 and 20-year-old version of you, young self that might have been going off to school or leaving your home or stepping out into the world as a quote unquote adult. What is she bringing to the table with her? And then your 27-year-old self, allow your 31-year-old self to show up and fill in your table with the parts of yourself who've helped create who you are today and who also are living within you here and now. I invite you to be back with your higher self as you welcome them in. Just look around the table, ladies, and see where your vision lands. Is there a part of you? Is there a younger self that is wanting your attention right here, right now? When you look around that space, what part of you needs your love? What part of you needs to be reminded that she's worthy, that she's accepted by you, that her needs matter, that her creativity matters, that her desire to just rest and receive love matters? Maybe she has a question for you or a message to share or even a feeling. You can let those other parts of you know that for right here, right now, you're going to let her speak, whether it's that youngest self or teenage self. But let that part of you have a moment at this table to share what she's feeling or what she needs. And what does your higher self want to say? Does she have anything she wants to share? What does she want to remind each and every one of these lovely ladies about? What does she need them to know? So that way you can all stand up from these seats and walk home together. What can the woman who's worthy and deserving and capable, what can she remind each and every one of these parts of you in order for them to want to come home with her all together, integrated as one, ladies? Using your breath, taking a nice big inhale. Thanking all parts of yourself for showing up. Imagining maybe you come together to hold hands or a big hug, or maybe your higher self just gestures to them to say, it's safe to follow me, ladies. It's safe to follow me. I won't forget about you. I see you and I love you. Using your breath, ladies, to begin to bring awareness back into your body in this present moment. Slowly coming back into your space by bringing gentle, gentle movements to your body. Taking as much time as you need. And really, if you can grab your journal right away as your eyes are opening and just jot down, free write, let the pen hit the paper, and capture or continue any messages or feelings that need to come through for you right here, right now. As you release this year, this 9-year cycle, as you shed and let go, and as you reintegrate all the parts of yourself who make you who you are.